Hello and welcome to today's webinar, Using Data to Accelerate Your Recovery and Prepare for What Comes Next. This event is brought to you in partnership with Hewlett Packard Enterprise and produced by Actual Tech Media. My name is David Davis of Actual Tech Media, and I'm excited to be your moderator for today's event. Now, on this webinar, we want this to be an educational event, so we encourage you to use the questions box. It's on the left-hand side of your audience console. It's a tab that says questions, and I can highlight it for you there to call your attention to it. Of course, we appreciate all the comments coming in. Hello to everyone around the world and across the United States. Thank you for all the great welcome messages. We appreciate those. We also encourage your questions about today's topic on using data and accelerating your recovery and cloud and data protection and data center challenges. We encourage your questions as you listen today to today's presentation, and we'll be doing a dedicated Q&A session with today's expert presenter at the end of the webinar. We also have a number of handouts and links there in the handouts tab. We have a link to the HPE Cloud Volumes promotional offer and the HPE Discover virtual experience. Our presenter will talk about those later in the event, but I encourage you to just check those out now, and those will open up new tabs in your web browser. And then finally, at the end of the webinar, we'll be doing a live giveaway for a $300 Visa gift card that will be going to one lucky attendee on the live presentation. If you're watching this on demand, I'm sorry, the drawing has already occurred. The prize terms and conditions are available in the handouts tab. And without further ado, I'm excited to introduce today's expert presenter. That is Mr. Sandeep Singh, Vice President of Storage Marketing at Hewlett Packard Enterprise. Sandeep, thank you for being here. Take it away.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our webinar today on using data to accelerate your recovery and prepare you for what comes next. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. I'm Sandeep Singh, Vice President of Storage Marketing at HPE, and I have the privilege today of leading the webinar. During this webinar, I will cover three key topics. First, key challenges that we're hearing customers are facing during the COVID-19 pandemic. Second, how HPE is helping our customers to accelerate their recovery. And third, what you need to be thinking about to prepare for what comes next. Let's get started. The COVID-19 global pandemic is an unprecedented situation that's affecting all of our families, our businesses, our communities, and our way of life. The key challenges that we're hearing from customers that they're facing with this pandemic are, first, managing cash flow and preserving business continuity. Every organization is dealing with unpredictability, and cash is king. But it's equally important to not compromise business continuity in light of preserving cash. Second, enabling distributed and remote work locations. COVID-19 has meant a new reality for all of us, including sheltering in place and global shutdowns, and that has created an urgent demand for enabling remote workforce. Third, supporting unpredictable demand amid business uncertainty. For many businesses, COVID-19 has created a demand surge in application workloads, data creation, and storage. These new demands can rapidly draw down the performance and capacity of existing storage, impacting the business. IT is grappling with how to handle this unpredictable demand. The fourth area is protecting against data vulnerability and heightened ransomware risk. IT can't let data and security vulnerabilities be exposed and exploited. Cyber criminals are certainly using this opportunity to attack businesses and hold your data hostage. Many organizations haven't modernized their data protection, making it even more important now to ensure their data is safeguarded and recoverable. As an edge-to-cloud platform as a service company, HPE is here to help our clients bring together the right expertise and support, financial flexibility, and technology solutions to meet their most immediate challenges and unexpected demands. Let's explore each challenge in more depth. Managing cash flow and preserving business continuity. COVID-19 has created unpredictable global supply and demand that's requiring companies of all sizes to convert business investments from capital to variable expenses. For IT, the traditional way of procuring infrastructure just won't cut it. IT is the cornerstone, and as organizations look to manage cash flow effectively, it's important to not compromise business continuity in light of preserving cash. You should look to partner with a technology provider who can go beyond the traditional solutions and have the flexibility to bring in new approaches and answers. HPE is a leader in intelligent hybrid cloud storage solutions with a portfolio of on-premises as-a-service storage, as well as cloud data services to support enterprise applications in the cloud. We offer a unique proposition that enables IT departments to preserve cash flow without compromise to applications. So here are a few solutions that we have available. HPE GreenLake for HPE Nimble Storage delivers cloud consumption on premises. The flexibility of a pay-as-you-consume service eliminates the need for upfront capital outlay for business-critical storage. With metered usage billing and managed offering, HPE GreenLake for Nimble Storage enables IT to reduce risk and financial exposure in uncertain times and meet unexpected demand without adding staff. The second area is HPE Financial Services can help alleviate some of the strain that's felt by businesses around the globe as they navigate the current reality impacting them. Innovative financing structures to reduce cash outlays during uncertainty include 90-day payment deferral, reduced payments in 2020, and payment that's aligned with deployment. HPE Cloud Volumes delivers a hybrid cloud storage service for enterprises and presents another opportunity for preserving cash flow. As a true cloud service, it enables organizations in minutes to spin up storage capacity and pay as you consume. It delivers the performance, availability, and data integrity needed to meet the SLAs for business critical applications. Organizations can look to HPE Cloud Volumes to extend data protection, move non-essential workloads, and deploy new enterprise apps. HPE InfoSight presents yet another opportunity. It is the industry's most advanced AI for infrastructure. And in the wake of COVID-19, IT needs to maximize their existing storage investments. Often, IT flies blind, not knowing how much more they can push their storage without impacting neighboring applications. And this lack of visibility results in premature investments. With HPE InfoSight, you get insights to repurpose unused virtual machines and what if resource simulations to ensure nonstop application performance with new demand. With these solutions, you can preserve cash flow without compromise to mission critical apps. Let's shift over and talk about enabling distributed remote work locations. In response to COVID-19, businesses have implemented remote working policies where possible, and IT faces urgent requirements to quickly enable a remote workforce. Meeting the business and employee needs for virtual desktops requires solving the challenges associated with performance, scale, cost, control, and security. Top IT challenges for remote digital workspaces include delivering reliable, high-performance user experience, even during boot storms, with reliable access to applications and data from any location and any device. Complexity associated with configuring and supporting more remote workers while maintaining efficient resource utilization and centralized control. Controlling costs and over-provisioned resources across silos, ensuring security and avoiding data loss and downtime that presses on the need for centralized, reliable remote user access. HCI simplifies infrastructure and is an ideal solution for VDI with unified management, VM-centric data services, and ease of scale. HPE delivers two fantastic solutions with HPE SimpliVity and Nimble Storage DHCI that deliver the HCI experience for every business from general purpose to high performance needs. More specifically, HPE SimpliVity for VDI enables businesses to rapidly deploy virtual desktops with predictable performance on a simple all-in-one hyper-converged appliance. You get added benefit from built-in backup recovery, industry-leading data efficiency, and single-click lifecycle management. You can start with small, medium, or large configuration and easily add new nodes non-disruptively to scale and support new remote workers. With our most recent announcement for HPE SimpliVity 325, we announced double the number of virtual desktops support, which lowers the cost per desktop by 50%. HPE Nimble Storage DHCI enables virtual desktop support for high performance VDI and mixed workload needs. And it does so with the flexibility and simplicity of HCI, with the flexibility to independently scale compute and storage. It's fast and offers sub-millisecond latency for high performance desktop workers. It's highly resilient with 6 nines availability guaranteed, so you can consolidate more virtual desktops. It's highly efficient with up to 21x data reduction for VDI. And organizations that already own HPE ProLine servers can extend that investment protection by simply converting their ProLine servers into HPE Nimble Storage DHCI for their VDI deployments. We recently announced support for HPE GreenLake with Nimble Storage DHCI. And what that means is that customers can get VDI as a service on premises. Another important challenge that comes along with distributed and remote operations that IT is now facing is the challenge of lack of access to data center facilities and with lockdowns due to COVID-19. IT needs to consider how they support new need for infrastructure without access to data centers. HPE Cloud Volumes delivers a hybrid cloud storage service for running enterprise workloads in the public cloud, and organizations can look to HPE Cloud Volumes to extend data protection, move non-essential workloads such as dev test, or deploy new apps to free up resources on premises for better serving VDI, remote workers, and critical workloads on premises. All right, let's talk about supporting unpredictable demand. For many businesses, COVID-19 has really created a demand surge in application workloads, data creation, as well as the need for data storage. These new demands can rapidly draw down the performance and capacity of existing storage, which can impact the business. As IT looks to address this unpredictable demand, they need the fastest and most economical approach to meeting these new storage requirements. They need solutions that are quick to deploy, easy to integrate, and effortless to manage. HPE offers a breadth of solutions to support these unpredictable demands for storage. And these solutions include storage upgrades. For our install-based customers, they can easily and non-disruptively add capacity and or controller upgrades to scale capacity and performance to meet unpredictable demand. Customers can deploy Nimble Storage. They can quickly alleviate performance and capacity constraints for app workloads. Nimble Storage is ready to ship. It can be customer installed in less than 30 minutes, and customers can enjoy an enterprise storage experience that they will love. Cloud Volumes, as a true enterprise cloud service, enables organizations in minutes to spin up storage capacity for running enterprise workloads in the public cloud. There's zero upfront capital expense, zero heating and cooling bills, zero data center footprint with a simple pay-as-you-consume service. Another common challenge in storage management is a lack of visibility into real-time performance and capacity headroom or visibility into potential resource contention as new workloads are deployed on shared storage. And this is where HPE InfoSight becomes valuable. With HPE InfoSight for nimble storage, organizations get predictive insights into any resource contention from new apps, visibility into unused virtual machines, prescriptive recommendations to optimize performance, and granular capacity forecasting, enabling IT to stretch their storage investment even further. So let's talk about yet another important challenge that customers are facing, which is protecting against data vulnerability and heightened ransomware risk. As organizations and IT are shifting their attention of how to respond to COVID-19, certainly you can't afford to take your eye off of data and security vulnerabilities. Cyber criminals are unfortunately using this crisis as an opportunity to attack businesses and hold data hostage. Organizations that haven't modernized their data protection have this added challenge of ensuring their data is safeguarded and recoverable. HPE reduces risk, eliminates complexity, and lowers costs associated with data protection. We deliver an end-to-end solution to address disaster recovery, backup, and archive. Customers can rest easy and focus on the business priorities, knowing their data will always be available. These solutions include HPE StoreOne's VSA. To address the need to quickly protect enterprise data assets, HPE StoreOne's VSA delivers a cost-effective software-defined data protection solution that's deployed as a virtual machine on your existing infrastructure. It provides enterprise data security and fast restores without adding additional hardware in your environment. The HPE StoreOne's Catalyst software, that's the backbone of the StoreOne's VSA, makes backups that are invisible to cyber criminals, protecting you from ransomware attacks. StoreOne's VSA is available for a 60-day trial offer. HPE Cloud Volumes enables organizations to replicate, backup, and recover data to and from the cloud. Data may be protected directly from HPE storage or third-party storage using standard backup software without changing existing workflows. These services can be used flexibly for protecting data, including protecting against ransomware attacks. And finally, their Store Ever Tape. During a cyber attack, HPE Store Ever Tape provides this vital last line of defense because you can maintain copies of your data fully offline behind an air gap. Cyber criminals may access your production and storage domains using storage or stolen credentials, but they can't compromise data that is kept on AES 256 encrypted cartridges in a secure vault. The ultra low cost per gigabyte and rapid transportability of Store Ever Tape media, it complements your primary and secondary storage. It provides this extra reassurance that you can rapidly recover clean versions of your data within your sphere of control. One more solution to highlight here is Splunk on HPE Nimble Storage. With distributed operations with remote workforce, the exposure in terms of access points have greatly expanded. It creates challenges in monitoring and troubleshooting as VDI consists of multiple distributed software and hardware components. Splunk with HPE Nimble Storage is ideal for enabling a better security information and event management user experience. With advanced features for management, performance, scalability, and data protection, Nimble Storage is suited for addressing the challenges of the entire lifecycle of Splunk enterprise data by enabling real-time visibility into user sessions and log correlations into the IT network and infrastructure with granular insights to quickly discover security threats. With our data protection solutions, organizations can protect and recover their data faster, reduce cost, risk, and complexity, and deliver on SLAs. With that, let me invite David to tee up our first polling question.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've just brought up the question that's on the screen that says, what key data challenges is your enterprise currently facing? And this is a multi-select question, so you can select more than one answer here. I'll give you a moment to answer this question, and then I'll share the results so you can see how you stack up with your peers. All right, we've got quite a few responses coming in. Thank you for those. Let's get just a few more. All right, excellent. Thank you for all those responses. Let me share the results of that poll with you now. And it looks like fairly evenly distributed here. The top two highest responses were 43% said support unpredictable demand, 43% said protect from data vulnerability and heightened ransomware risk, followed by 40% that said enable distributed work locations. Sandeep, what's your take?
Well, it's interesting. It certainly validates exactly what we're hearing from customers, and I thank the audience for taking the poll. It again validates what we're hearing. Well, all right, let's go ahead and shift over to the next portion of our conversation. And here, what we want to highlight is how you can unlock agility. As IT looks to address the changes impacting their business due to COVID-19, they need a fast and economical approach to meeting these new storage requirements without compromising the business and overlooking the criticality and architectures of applications. And certainly HPE Cloud Volumes is here to answer that call. We are enabling a promotional offer to unlock agility with HPE Cloud Volumes that provides free enterprise cloud storage service and credits towards subscriptions of HPE Cloud Volumes. You can get 10 terabytes of free capacity for 3 months, plus you can get $3,500 credit towards silver or gold subscription for HPE Cloud Volumes. With HPE Cloud Volumes, you can make it easier to support unpredictable demand, manage cash flow, and modernize data protection. For those of you who may be interested, you can contact your HPE sales representative for more details. Optionally, you can send an email to cvpromo@hpe.com. Well, let's now talk about moving forward with financial flexibility to keep your operations going forward. Many businesses today have an immediate need to preserve cash flow, defer or reduce expenses, and relieve capacity strains and delivery delays. On April 8, 2020, HPE announced that HPE Financial Services is designating more than $2 billion in financing specifically to help customers with their challenges stemming from the COVID-19 crisis, including cash flow or liquidity issues. HPE Financial Services has rolled out several programs that are designed to address these priorities. First, defer or reduce expenses. There's innovative financing structures to reduce cash outlays during uncertainty, and these include payment deferral, where you can acquire now and pay later with delayed payments for 90 days to help ease budget strain, a 2020 payment relief program, which delivers reduced payments to get started and offset the financial commitment until next year. Second, match payment to use, where you have the need for technology now, but the budget cycles are not aligned. With extended deployment program, you can acquire the technology with the ability to configure, test, and stand up systems before paying. Third, generating cash from assets. Over the last 2 years, HPE Financial Services has infused over $642 million into clients' budgets with programs including accelerator migration, where you can convert existing owned IT assets into an incremental cash source while still retaining use of the systems, and tech buybacks. You can empty your storage rooms and put money back in your pockets. Use excess newer generation technology to help generate capital. Fourth area is relieve capacity strain or delivery delays. You can purchase or rent certified pre-owned HPE technology with inventory that's ready to ship. Well, HPE is here to help customers accelerate recovery and accelerate transformation. And now let's look at some ways we're helping to accelerate recovery with real-world customer examples. Let me begin with an insurance company that's using a VDI solution to support remote connectivity with HPE Nimble Storage DHCI. This use case or this customer example is a rather interesting one. They had their VDI infrastructure deployed in the public cloud, and they had a need to continue to transform their business model. They already had several VDI users, and they had a need to bring on additional 400 plus sales reps who were going to be working remotely due to their business model continuing to evolve and COVID-19. They chose to deploy it on Nimble Storage DHCI, and the results have been pretty phenomenal. They have been able to reduce their operating costs by 50%, improve the performance by 2x for their VDI workloads, and achieve 50% faster application provisioning. The next example that I'd like to share is a state and local government. We were able to work with the state and local government to help support unpredictable demand amid business uncertainty. With COVID-19, they had an increased need for remote workers, and they had a critical shortage on the storage capacity to support this increased need for remote workers. From the time we engaged with this state and local government to quoting the solution and basically getting that deployment, it was a matter of 3 days from that initial engagement to the actual order, and then an additional 2 days for Nimble Storage to ship. And this end-to-end solution with Nimble Storage deployed with HPE GreenLake is enabling that customer to increase the storage capacity and be able to scale on demand as needed. The third example is a supermarket. Migros Ticaret AS is one of the biggest supermarket chains in Turkey. Migros has over 2,000 stores and 45,000 employees to support all operations from frontline sales associates to warehouse and IT. They were initially running 300 virtual desktops on HPE SimpliVity and needed a flexible solution to spin up 700 more to give employees the flexibility to work from home while reducing costs. Using HPE SimpliVity, they were able to do so in just 12 minutes. That's pretty phenomenal. Their results include 50% reduction in IT operating costs, 70% reduction in energy usage. They're able to double virtual desktops while still managing the 12,000 concurrent stations that run virtual apps in warehouse, stores, and offices. And they gain individual backups that take 3 to 4 seconds, and all virtual machines, both local and remote, can be backed up in less than an hour. The fourth example I'd like to share here is a transportation and logistics company. This one is also a SimpliVity customer that was able to easily transition to work from home by doubling their concurrent virtual desktop user count literally overnight with no performance impact. And they were also able to benefit from the built-in backup and recovery capability to protect from a cybersecurity threat. The fifth example here is an auto insurance fund that is using our infrastructure to improve the performance and optimize virtualization, helping to support the needs of teleworkers. And the final example is a global power and distribution company that is using Splunk with HPE to help secure their network grid. So let's now think beyond accelerating your recovery to accelerating what's next. When you think about it, data underpins everything you do today, and it is at the heart of your application workloads. As you accelerate transformation, every enterprise will need to have an intelligent data strategy where your data is always on, it's always fast, it's automated and on demand, and it enables an experience that your employees think they can only get from the public cloud. And intelligent data strategy also needs to enable hybrid cloud, where your data has mobility across your hybrid and distributed cloud environments. And it needs to bring along global intelligence for predicting and preventing disruptions and keeping your infrastructure optimized. Our strategy is to deliver an intelligent data platform that turns your data challenges into business opportunities. It begins with workload optimized systems that span your mission critical, general purpose, secondary, big data, and AI workloads. We enable any cloud, giving you the flexibility to span edge, on premises cloud, and hybrid/distributed cloud. Our platforms are embedded with data mobility, so you can seamlessly extend and have data mobility to cloud, giving you the flexibility to enjoy hybrid dev test where your developers can develop in the cloud, yet your mission critical apps are deployed on premises. You can take advantage of extending protection to the cloud or disaster recovery to the cloud, or just having that data mobility to deploy your application workloads in the public cloud. We imbue all of these systems with intelligence with the Global Intelligence Engine. It starts with predicting and proactively preventing issues before they occur. We automatically predict and prevent over 86% of issues, and that's enabling an overall experience that our customers just love. The value of this goes way beyond. With a workload fingerprint, we can characterize the performance of the application workloads. When we combine that with global learning, where we have over 100,000 systems that are calling home that span storage, HCI, servers, and it extends all the way into the virtual machine layer, we can deliver prescriptive insights to keep the fleet of systems consistently optimized for our customers. These insights are delivered not only for the storage admins, but also the virtual machine admins. For example, HPE InfoSight arms your VM administrators with intelligence about their virtual machine farms, such as which virtual machines are sitting idle yet consuming tens of terabytes of capacity, whether a given virtual machine is sapping the performance of a system, or whether the SLA of the overall virtual machine farm would be better if a given virtual machine was moved from node A to node XYZ. Building on data mobility and the Global Intelligence Engine, cloud data management will enable end-to-end data lifecycle management in the future. We have a REST API first strategy and offer pre-built automation connectors for Kubernetes and a variety of tools so that your developers can deploy infrastructure as code. We also accelerate and bring app-aware protection for both the traditional app workloads as well as next-generation container-based workloads. And you can also use the Intelligent Data Platform to build and deliver flexible big data and AI pipelines. So what does all of this mean? For the line of business owner, we can accelerate the application workloads. For the virtual machine admin and the cloud admin, they can deploy and scale their virtual machine farms and enable hybrid cloud. For the developers, we accelerate their CI/CD pipelines. For the data scientists, we shrink the time from deriving insights from months down to minutes. And for the infrastructure admins, we make the infrastructure effortless so they can focus on innovating, not administrating. With the Intelligent Data Platform from HPE, we can help you unlock data's potential and help you transform your business. So let's look at a few key use cases of how customers are benefiting from the Intelligent Data Platform. First is about transforming with intelligent storage. So you can simplify your operations, improve efficiency, accelerate mission critical applications, and achieve mission critical reliability, including with 100% availability guarantee, and unlock end-to-end agility with as a service with HPE GreenLake. You can transform from an operator to being a storage as a service provider to your businesses. Second is all about enabling hybrid/distributed cloud. You can deliver a seamless, consistent experience everywhere with true app and data mobility. You can enable distributed edge by harnessing HCI with HPE SimpliVity that gives you the flexibility to host a set of applications locally at each of the edge sites, protect that data locally as well as globally, and be able to do the full lifecycle management without local IT presence. You can enable an on-premises cloud with a flexible foundation with HPE Nimble Storage DHCI for any workload at any scale. And you can enable a distributed hybrid cloud with HPE Cloud Volumes that delivers a true hybrid cloud service as well as data mobility spanning on-premises and cloud. The third use case is about modernizing data protection to protect and recover your critical assets on premises and in the cloud. You can get rapid recovery on premises, extend protection cost effectively to the cloud, and be able to not only recover your data from the cloud, but be able to get more value out of that data by having the flexibility to repurpose that data in the cloud for dev tests, for data sharing, for data analytics, and or for recovering or spinning up the application workloads in the cloud. The fourth area is about driving insights with AI. You can unlock hidden insights that are hidden in your data and use that to drive a competitive advantage, to uncover a new product idea, to uncover a new business model or a new revenue stream. That's enabled with HPE Apollo servers in combination with the HPE container platform that's comprised of Blue Data and MapR. We also have big data solutions available with our partners with Cumulo for scale out file solutions and with Scality for scale out object solutions. So with that, let me invite David back to tee up our second polling question.
Absolutely. The question that's on the screen now is, what are the top priorities for your enterprise? And again, this is a multi-select question, so you can select one or multiple answers here. Transforming with intelligent storage, enabling hybrid cloud, modernizing data protection, and driving insights with AI. I'll give you a few moments to answer that question, and then I'll share the results so you can see how you stack up with your peers on today's event. All right, lots of good responses coming in. Thank you for those. Let me go ahead and share the results now. And it looks like 54% said modernizing data protection, followed by transforming with intelligent storage and enabling hybrid cloud. Sandeep, what's your take?
Well, it certainly makes sense. Data protection is top of mind for most customers, especially in this time where they need to protect their data from any cyber threats. So certainly makes sense. And transforming with intelligent storage, that also continues to resonate with what I'm hearing from customers. Complexity remains an ever-present challenge for customers and across the board that are looking to simplify, automate, and really drive a transformation that where data is that foundation for them. Well, thank you for all of the responses there. And let me also take a moment to invite everyone to attend HPE Discover virtual experience that is being held on June 23rd and June 24th. Discover is our marquee event once a year where we showcase our end-to-end technology and showcase our HPE executives and the thought leadership. And for the first time in HPE's history, we are offering Discover as a virtual event, and it's free. Let me say that again. The Discover is offered as a virtual event, and it's free. There will be live and on-demand content to help you accelerate your recovery today and accelerate your transformation tomorrow. The Accelerating Recovery will cover several of the topics that we've covered on this webinar and go even broader. Accelerating transformation topics will cover intelligent edge, hybrid cloud, data and apps, as well as digital transformation. For each registration, HPE will make a $10 donation to a charity that is helping people and businesses recover from the COVID-19 crisis. So when you get a moment, remember to register for Discover Virtual Experience for free. All right, that concludes the prepared content. Thank you for everyone here for listening. For those who want to dive in even deeper, the URL shows you the page for Intelligent Data Platform. You can peruse that and learn more about it. I also want to invite David back to open the webinar for Q&A.
Great presentation, Sandeep. We do have some questions coming in from the audience, and I'll bring up the poll question now. For follow-up, if you'd like additional information about the HPE solutions that you learned about on the event today, feel free to select one or multiple options on the poll that's on the screen. While you do that, we're just going to take some questions from the audience. We encourage your questions now. If you haven't got your question in, now is the time to do so. So let's see, the first question that came in, they're asking, how is AI for infrastructure operations really making a difference?
Great question. I think you'll hear a lot of the folks talking about AI for infrastructure. AI across the board is a game changer. And you've heard us talking about how intelligence is that game changer. Let me talk through in more concrete detail here. First key area where AI for infrastructure is making a big difference is helping to predict and prevent issues before they ever occur. For example, with HPE InfoSight, we have digital signatures that are created the first time an issue has ever been observed. And for example, what that has enabled is over 600 systems that were prevented from being affected by a similar issue. Over the decade of HPE InfoSight, we have helped customers avoid over 1.5 million hours of what would have otherwise been downtime that could have affected productivity. So AI for infrastructure is certainly a game changer for predicting and preventing issues before they occur. The second key area is about helping to keep the infrastructure continuously optimized. And that is enabled through prescriptive insights that you can get where the AI goes way beyond just the storage infrastructure. It's hooked into the entire IT stack all the way into the virtual machine infrastructure. And with that, you can get very prescriptive insights to keep that infrastructure continuously optimized. Coming up in June and at Discover, we're actually going to be also making another very exciting announcement on how we're continuing to drive the leadership in AI-driven infrastructure. So I'm very excited about that upcoming announcement. Certainly follow the news cycles where we're continuing to advance the agenda. But most exciting is the overall experience that it's enabling for customers. Couple more examples that I'll give is that when it's combined with the overall support experience, it enables a net new experience that customers just love. For example, with HPE Nimble Storage, where customers are able to directly go to level 2 and level 3 support experience. Over 86% of the issues are automatically resolved for customers. So they're getting this very predictive and proactive support experience. Let's look at the next question.
Okay, excellent. Let's see. Another question that came in, they're asking what infrastructure requirements are customers looking for to support their data?
So another great question. Certainly, as customers are thinking about how they accelerate their recovery and at the same time how they accelerate the transformation, what remains important for customers, first and foremost, is all about data being always available and always on, especially as we live in this global world today where your applications and the supporting data needs to be just always on 365, 24 by 7. And it needs to be fast as well. That user experience for your application workloads makes a big difference. And the underlying data needs to be fast. But it extends way beyond that. Complexity is just an ever-present issue that customers suffer from. It is essentially that silent, complexity that continues to be a detriment to productivity for customers. So underlying data infrastructure needs to be able to simplify the end-to-end infrastructure, needs to be able to bring along automation, and ultimately deliver this full as a service experience. And then finally, as we talked about that AI for infrastructure, that global intelligence has become paramount for being that foundation for enabling the simplicity as well as automation.
Nice. Okay. Good answer. Let's see. Next question. What if we don't have expertise in-house? Can HPE help us?
Yeah, certainly. One of the benefits of partnering with HPE is that we have resources. In addition to technology and solutions, we have overall end-to-end resources where we can help. We have 23,000 plus experts that are dedicated to your success 24 by 7. We have remote staff augmentation and management for continuity of critical workloads. We have the expertise to design and implement crisis response and plan for what's next. In addition, there's end-to-end systems that are available and resources where we have comprehensive library of self-help resources, videos, and forums that are available at hpe.com/support. And then there's the online learning that's available through HPE Digital Learner.
Okay. So many options there to learn more about what HPE offers. And I know you mentioned an excellent one coming up, which is HPE's Virtual Discover event. And we've got a link to that in the handouts tab. And what you said is even better, that every registration means that HPE will send $10 to charity. So I want to remind everyone of that link before it's gone, before we end our event. And with that, let's do our next question. And that is, I like this one. How can automation really help us now?
Yeah, another great question. It touches back on this notion that we've been talking about, which is around the notion of simplifying infrastructure. Simplicity remains paramount for being able to really drive the transformation looking forward. And automation helps by minimizing knobs, right? Knobs provided control, and in the past, it really provided capability to have this granular control. But the flip side of that is that Knobs also present complexity and challenges. Full automation and intelligence is enabling IT teams to move beyond just the tedious and manual administration and to go towards adding value for their internal stakeholders. IT is feeling this increased pressure to continue to serve the existing traditional workloads, enable the next generation of workloads that are much more containerized workload deployments, enable a whole new level of as a service experience to unlock levels of agility. And that can only be enabled through simplifying, automating end to end. And that's the fundamental importance of automation.
All right, excellent. Well, Sandeep, I think that's all the time we have for questions, but it's been really great having you on. Thank you so much today for your excellent presentation.
Thank you, David, and thank you to all of the participants.
Before we go, I want to announce our gift card winner for today, and that is Mike Hillhouse from North Carolina for a $300 Visa gift card. We'll reach out to you to deliver that prize. And finally, I want to remind everyone to make sure that you click on the link in the handouts tab there that says HPE Virtual Experience and register for the HPE Discover Virtual Experience. HPE Discover has always been a fantastic event. And the really cool thing about the HPE Discover virtual experience is that anyone can attend around the world, completely free, no travel. And HPE will be donating $10 to charity for every person that registers. So I encourage you to check out HPE Discover virtual experience. And also in the handouts tab, there is the HPE Cloud Volumes special promotional offer. So make sure you check that one out as well. Again, I want to thank HPE for joining us on the event today. Thank you to Sandeep for his excellent presentation. And thank you to our audience for taking time out of your busy schedule to join today's webinar. I hope that you learned a lot, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.